Right, well, you're joining me today in the garage for a layout update, which hopefully will be the first of many, but I can't promise you how regularly these are going to be. The next one will probably most likely be not until next year, but anyway. And today we're looking at none other than the new layout. Oh yeah. As you can see, it's in the garage, which by the way has no windows, hence why these lights are here, although they do need to be altered a bit, and one of the bulbs has actually blown from that light there, which isn't passing out any light. But anyway, let's actually get started. Right, well, first we'll talk about the frames. As you can see, temporarily they're held up using a brick and a piece of wood, but we will be upgrading to like small paving slabs, but they still do the job. But anyway, on the last layout, if you remember, which I'm sure you will, the frames, they were basically made up of wood and metal, which was too heavy, so we scrapped that, and now the frames are just made of wood. As you can see, there's no metal on it at all. In fact, it only took a day, hard to believe, to make the frames, although we did have to put extra legs on to support it. For example, well, that was bad focus there, that leg there, that one, and also, not forgetting, that one. And as you can see, metal brackets have also been used to hold it all in place. And these thin strips of wood, because there were gaps in between the rails. As you can see, there's one down there, and also that one there. And they do the job too. So there's the frames. There's not really much to talk about the frames. And the wood, well, the board should I say, is not thick, because on the last layout they were like that thick. These are nice thin pieces of wood, which you don't need thick pieces of wood just to build a layout on. You can use thin pieces of wood as well. And if you're wondering what happened to that wood, it went to the tip, which is the best place for it. Sorry about the world's creakiest door there, but anyway. So yeah, you have no thick boards of wood, and no metal on the frames. It's all made out of wood. Well, apart from the metal brackets there, and there. You can just about see my finger. And the screws, yes of course. But other than that, it's all made out of wood. Right, well now let's talk about the track. Now it's all nailed down. Well, apart from that one, of course, but that will be nailed down. And as you can see, it's a double track railway. Oh yeah. So that means I can run 2 trains at a time, which is good. And it will be ballasted, yes, but not yet. And we will be using more finer ballast to use it, because, well, the last stuff we were using was not fine, and when it was stuck between the rails there, when the locomotives ran over those certain bits of ballast that were stuck in the track, it would make them a bit jumpy. So the finer stuff will prevent that. Also, you can see down there we have a level crossing, of course. And what I'm going to do with that one, if we just move around here, is I'm going to plan to put some barriers on. But the ones I like are the ones with the flashing lights. I can't remember now which people do them, but that's the plan. Or I might just go and buy some, take the easy way around and just put some plastic ones on. I don't know. But I would like to have the ones with the flashing lights. And the reason why the level crossing is there is because, see that beam there from the garage? If the level crossing was there, we probably wouldn't be able to get a road in. But we can here. And there shall be a road, definitely. You can't have a model railway without a road. Now, a bit around here, you have to excuse the leftover track that there is, and these pieces of rail. These actually came from broken track, actually, that couldn't be used. Which, you know, these are very useful, because they can always be put on trucks, you know, like flat trucks. But anyway, now back round here there will be a section of points. There isn't any currently on, because the points that we need, because here I'm planning to put an engine shed on for steam locos. Over there that will be the diesel depot, but we'll come to that in a bit. But since we don't have the right points that go off into there, we have to buy some, so that will have to wait. But there will definitely be one put in, because the only points we have are technically these. Just them. And if you turn them around that way, then, well, obviously, it's not going to lead into there, it's going to go down here. So we'll have to buy a section of points, but that's not really a problem. Then down here, we do have a section of points. Well, two actually came to that one. And what's going to go here is the main station. And this bit here will actually be another platform, but one for DMUs and the odd auto shuttle. And this is something I wanted to do on the last layout, but I never did. And I'm so glad I can do it on this one. So there'll be two platforms here, and a station canopy. And then obviously there'll be another platform that side, and another station canopy. Basically using the station canopies I used on the last layout. One will go there, and one will go there. But I'm not just going to have just the basic station, I'm going to put some people on it, no passengers, and a few kiosks, and maybe even a footbridge that can cross over to the other platform. You know, to make it like really realistic. As you can see, these are the wires, which is where we get the electricity from. Because we're not going to use those power connector tracks on the layout. No. Definitely not. On these bits of plastic, they actually came off them. But I've got a better idea to use them. What I'm going to use them for, and they won't necessarily go here, use them as footpaths. Paint them green and make a footpath of bits of card. And that will look really realistic, I think, because you do get that in real life. Then over here, there's going to be a turntable, but this one won't be used. This is the old Dapple one. But I will be getting an electric turntable, which will be a Hornby one. Because, you see, this turntable, it's not really the best, because it's a kit. Now, you can get it motorised, but, you know, I just haven't got the time for that. It's better to get an electrical one, because this is a manually operated one. You have to turn it by hand, as you can see. So that isn't really the best turntable, so that one won't be used. And this piece of track can actually become useful, because we can take it off. As you can see, we have, well, actually, we do have some more track here, so we might just be able to get away if there's any more points left. Which, I don't know if there is. We could be able to actually use one there for the steam loco shed. So it's amazing. Maybe they just appeared by magic. And then here, in this tub, these are the head go discs from the Kobo, which, if you remember, I was temporarily using them to swap them over for different trains. But now I'm thinking, when I finally get the Kobo to its box and back onto the shelves, or one of them, or cupboards, whatever, I will be gluing these on the front of the logo, because there's a risk actually now I could lose them. And I don't want to do that. And as you can see, here are all the platforms that will go on the layout. That one won't be used. And there's also another yellow one there, but that can easily be painted grey, with grey paint I have. And we have some more spare track there. Also here, the idea is to put a road over bridge there, and have it like crossing over to there maybe. Like having a road. And there's going to be, yes, there's going to be scatter here, probably a few fences and bushes. We haven't decided that one yet. And there's also, the good thing about this layout, there's plenty of room for buildings. Oh yeah, so some will most likely be going alongside there, and I can probably use the backdrops as well. And there might be a few around here. But future layout updates, we'll see what goes there. But the idea is to have like a road over bridge from either from there to there, or there to there, I don't know. But hopefully it will happen, but I can't promise. And of course there will be a few trees, and hopefully a field for animals. Oh yeah, because that'll make it even more realistic. But the field will probably go down there actually. And in the original plans, which I had to throw away in the end because it got ruined, had like a road here and a river. Well, a stream, should I say. Whether I'll do the stream, I don't know, because on one of the, not the last lake, but the lake before that, any of you remember the Churnhill Valley layout? You know, the preserved one? I think you do. Well, we had a polystyrene river, and that completely flopped. It wasn't really good. Plus also, since the cats kept jumping on it, yes, we have cats, they would ruin it, and so would constantly have to paint over the marks that they made. Cats won't be in here, thankfully, so they won't be going busting things. But, you know, whether we'll do a stream here, I don't know. I would like to, but whether that happens, it all depends on the future. And here there will be plenty of scene for scatter and scenery. You have to excuse the Quality Street tub and the tub of paints. In fact, that can go over there for now. And there's the tools. And that plug there, this will actually be going on part of the layout, well, under it. So we don't have to keep taking the plug out to the controller, which is down there. So that'll be really good. And here are the screws, sorry, nails, that help me nail the tracking. And there's the hammer and the tape measure, which I recommend you use to get the same distance in between the rails. Because otherwise, if not, they will be all over the place. So that was very useful. And also we use this drill to basically drill holes into the pieces of track that either had holes too small or holes that weren't there at all for the nails to fit in. And these were the pliers that helped us take the fish plates off that were in the wrong place. So these tools are very useful and have helped me get this far to the layout. There's also another box full of track here, and here is what will eventually become like a shelf to store locomotives on. But there will be a bit of wood at the back there to stop them falling onto the floor, and these shelves will be strengthened, because just look at this, you can lift them up, all because that they have bits of metal, well, screws actually, to support them, and that is not very good. In fact, it's not very brilliant and professional really, so they'll be strengthened. Also, the locomotives, they are still in their boxes, or at the case with these ones, still in the bubble wrap, because they haven't come out of the boxes yet into the shelves, but they will do, trust me. As you can see, we have some in there. Here's the Petticoat loco cradle, which is very nice. We have some more locos here, and here's the Class 20, the latest one, which you've seen the review on, which the plans for it will be carried out next year, because I have ordered some weathering powder from Humbro, which is new to their range, some black weathering powder, some more transfers, you know, the smaller BR logos to go on the panels there. I've already got the Scotty Dog transfers for the loco, and also this is a new idea actually that I've come up with. I've also ordered, well, I'm in the process of ordering now actually, some high intensity lights to go on the loco. You know, if you don't know what high intensity lights are, look at the Class 37 and the Class 47. You know, those square lights they have, them are high intensity lights, and the plan is to put at least 2 of them, because they're a pack of 4, to put 2 of them on the loco, and I think that'll be really good. And I was inspired by that, by, well, pictures of 20 on real life that had them on. And there was also an actual photo of a model one that had them on. And so that is where I got that idea from. so I think it will look real nice. There's also some locomotives in there, and there's even some more in there. And yes, there's some more here on what used to be a trolley with wheels on, but we took the wheels off. And as you can see, we have an East Midlands Trains coach. Actually, 3 of these. I plan to get a buffet and then the power cars, which will come in the future. We also have some more locos. If the camera will focus, there we are. As you can see, there's Princess Alice, there's Spitfire, and, well, the list goes on. So they're all in here. They will come out their boxes in time, probably not till next year, or hopefully sometime around the end of 2012. And the boxes will go aside. And there's the Class 73 that we have been using to test the layout, to see which parts of the track work. They all work, obviously, and this is the locomotive we used. So thank you, Class 73, for being very useful. And here's the Class 58, well, one of them should I say, from Hornby, and this is the coal sector one. I do have one in mainline livery as well. And you all know all the others, and it'll take me forever to go on to them. And I will show you something here, just for the sake of it. Well, here are some of the trucks. Suppose I should have bought the tripod out for this, really, shouldn't I? And there we are. Right, so here's, so far, the first and only coach for Princess Alice. The Class 158 in a Reaver. Very nice. There's the Class 153. This is the County of Brecknock, if that's how you pronounce it. The Class 50, of course. This is another Class 20, but this one's in BR green. There's the... I can just get this out. Bad focus, yeah. The Class A one. You have to excuse the box damage that's been done. That was actually done because one of the cardboard boxes it was in, well, actually it just got damaged somehow. Don't know how it happened. Here's the Flying Scotsman, the tender driven version. And there's the Royal Scots. So that's very nice. And then just for the record, I'll show you what's in here. Let's see if this lid will stay open. So here we have one of the Abit tanks I have. This is the limited edition to the Batman Collectors Club. Well, was, should I say. It's sold out now. And then here we have, yes, this is what I want to show you, because I have done something to this one, the Class 121 in BR green. All the rest, that's the Class 26, the Class 86, another 58, the J39, as you can see, 56XX, and there's the E2. So that's what's in there. Now I will show you the Class 121, because there is something I have done to this one. So, bear with me. And here it is, the Class 121. Now what have I done to this? Well, I wanted to show you this a while back. Look, there's a driver in the cab, and that's not all. Just look inside there. I've added some people in it. Well, passengers should I say. And this is the first DMU of, well, this is a rail car, technically. There's some dust there, and there's some more people inside there. And like I said, this is the first DMU I have done this to. Haha, that rhymes. There will be others I'm planning to do it. The Class 158, and I did plan to do it with the 153, but since I found the bodies are nigh impossible to remove, I am going to add them in another DMU. In fact, while we're at it, can you take these couplings off? Because I'm not really going to want it. Yes. Looks possible. They will have to be cut off, probably, on both sides. In fact, I will show it you. I know I'm getting distracted with this update, showing you the locos and stuff, but hey, why not? Right, now I've brought the tripod down here for this, just for this. And I've already taken one of these little coupling hooks off, as you can see. Right, so here we go. Just moving some out of the way then. Let's just hope it works, and I hope you can see what I'm doing. As you can see, off comes another hook. Right, well, the one coupling's removed, so now we'll remove the other one. Ta-da! There we are. Simple. Although I'm just going to get this bit of plastic off. Right, there we are. And it's done. And there we have, in my opinion, a proper one-to-one. Because I thought it looked a bit silly with them couplings on. Because, you know, these, to be fair, these days, they only run in single units. And so, there we have it. And that's actually probably sort of a how-to video in that way. How to take these couplings off. Right, well, back onto the main purpose of the update now. More of the track. So here we have 2 points. And this is basically the idea, is for locomotives to cross over onto the other track. I didn't do this on the last layout. But it's happening on this one. You have to excuse this big long metal bar. That was actually used to place just in between the rails to help get them straight. So that was very useful. Here we have another section of points. And another one here. And another one here. And this is basically going to be the diesel depot. And there will be an engine shed here. I'm looking into getting a 3-row diesel shed. So I will be doing some research on that, if there is one. And this will be for diesels to park upon, you know, after the day's work. And what I'm going to do is, and sometimes you do see this in diesel depots, put like security fences round. And you do sometimes see it on layouts, like put it across the tracks, you know, like having it open up, you know, like a gate. You know what I mean, I'm sure. That's the idea. And there will be some more scenery down here alongside. I haven't decided what's going down here yet, actually, but there will be some. See, all this will eventually be sceneried, if that's what you want to call it. But at the moment, it's not happened yet. But it will do, trust me. And then down alongside here, and this is more than possible, what's going to happen, I can assure you, it's going to be buildings running along down the side there. Or bad focus there. And that will look really realistic, because in my opinion you cannot have a model railway without buildings, because they are important, they help the scenery. And that's about it really, to be honest. There's not much else to say. Well, not for this one. I know it may have been a quick-ish update, but hey, it's just the first one. And then when more come round, which hopefully there will. Well, there will definitely, but I can't promise how regularly they'll come. You'll see the scenery start to go on. So that's it for now, and I will see you soon.